All right, let's jump right in. If I say survival, what's the very first thing that pops into your head? It's find water, right? We all know that one. But what if I told you the most important first move has nothing to do with finding water and everything to do with managing what's already happening inside your body? Yeah, today we're gonna flip that whole idea on its head.
And look, this is the classic wisdom for a reason. It is 100% true. Water is it's fundamental, way more urgent than finding something to eat. This isn't just advice, it's basic biology. But it kind of only tells half the story.
And this is where that ticking clock really starts. See, the problem isn't just that you need water eventually, it's that you need it now. Without it, your ability to think, to move, to make smart choices just plummets, and that's in less than a day. If you're in the heat or working hard, that window can shrink down to just a couple of hours.
So that brings us to the real heart of the matter. Is the true enemy the fact that your canteen is empty, or is it the invisible leak that's draining your body's resources every single second? Understanding this difference, well, that's the key to a much smarter way of thinking about survival.
Okay, get this. You're out there, it's hot, you're working hard. In just 1 hour, your body can sweat out more than a quart of water. Think about that. That's a whole Nalgene bottle's worth of water, gone. You could chug your entire canteen and an hour later, you're right back to where you started. You see? You just can't win a race against that kind of water loss.
We're not just talking about feeling a little thirsty here. When your body starts losing water that fast, it triggers this domino effect that really messes with your ability to function. Let's break down how this goes from just being uncomfortable to a straight-up life-threatening emergency. It always starts small. You lose just 1 to 5% of your body's water, which, by the way, happens way faster than you'd think, and your body starts sending up these little warning flares. You might not even recognize them as a serious problem at first.
Now, what's so wild about these first symptoms is how normal they seem. I mean, thirst, okay, that makes sense, but impatience? Not feeling hungry. These are the sneaky little signs that your brain is already taking a hit. You start making bad calls before you even feel like you're in real danger.
So, if you blow past those early signs and keep pushing, maybe you're frantically trying to find a river or something, you dive headfirst into the next stage. And this, right here, is where things get really bad, really fast. So you see what's happening? Your body is literally shutting down the tools you need to save yourself. How are you going to find water if you can barely walk straight? How are you supposed to call for help if you can't even speak clearly? Your ability to get yourself out of the mess is just vanishing.
And here it is, the whole terrifying picture laid out. Just look at that last row, 11 to 12% water loss. We're talking deafness, can't see straight, delirium, and then that's it. It's just game over. The speed at which you go from, man, I'm thirsty, to a total system failure is it's shockingly fast. So seeing all this, your gut instinct is just screaming, find water, now, right? You want to start running, digging, doing whatever it takes. But hang on. Given how quickly all that activity burns through your water reserves, isn't that frantic search actually pushing you down this chart even faster? And that brings us to this really powerful, kind of counterintuitive idea, rationing your sweat. This is a total mental shift. It means your number one job isn't finding more water to pour in, it's stopping the water you've already got from pouring out. This is a basic rule in all of survival. You hear it with hunting, right? Don't burn 1,000 calories chasing a rabbit that's only going to give you 500 back. Well, it's the exact same logic with water. It makes no sense to sweat out 2 quarts on a desperate search that might, if you're lucky, get you 1 quart back. Let's just put these two mindsets side by side. The old way, rationing water, is all about the intake. It leads to panic, exertion, and you dehydrate even faster. But the rationing sweat model, it's all about conservation. It saves your fluids, saves your energy, and, most importantly, it keeps your head clear enough to actually make smart decisions that will save your life. So how do you actually do this? Well, it's surprisingly simple. It's about being lazy strategically. First thing, get out of the sun immediately. That is your only job. Find shade, crawl under a rock, whatever. Then stop moving. That panicked search for water is your worst enemy. You rest when it's hot and you only move, if you have to, when it's cool, like at night or super early in the morning.
I think this is the absolute best way to think about it. Your body is a canteen, and right now it has a leak. All that panicked activity just makes the leak bigger. Rationing your sweat is all about plugging that leak, slowing it to a tiny drip, so that every last drop of water inside you lasts as long as it possibly can.
And that is the ultimate prize.
right? By controlling how much water you lose, you're buying yourself the most valuable thing in any survival situation: time. Time to think, time to plan, time to wait for the right move. You're preserving your single most important survival tool, your brain.
So let's be super clear about what this all means. This is not me telling you don't drink water. Absolutely not. If you have water, you drink it. You have to replace what you lose. But the big idea here is that your first job, your number one priority, is to stop losing water in the first place. Conserve what's already in your body. Because when you ration your sweat, every single drop of water you do find becomes that much more powerful.
So that kind of leaves you with this thought, right? This whole concept of focusing on what you have, on protecting and managing your existing resources instead of just frantically trying to find more. It's a really powerful way to think. It obviously works for water in a desert, but where else in your life is that the smarter way to play the game?